It's Friday night, so you know things are about to get freaky. Welcome to The Freak Show. Here are your hosts, Justin Freakin and a very special friend of Freakin.
Welcome to the Friday Night Freak Show, the first one in almost a year. And welcome to my special guest co-host tonight, the Media Wench.
Hello, everybody.
We're both
Wonderful
in different
to see
places than the last time this all went on. I had to look it up. You and I were last on stream together on Halloween last year.
Really?
Yes.
That's a long time. It's been almost a year then.
Almost a year. I have not done a Friday Night Freak Show since Christmas. So it has been a long time since I've heard that music. But we're going to get caught up. We're going to do some freaky shit tonight. All kinds of fun shit. And the Media Wench is joining me. I love it.
So happy to see you. I missed your face.
I've missed your face. All right, so you were in a different place than the last time you and I were on stream together. Tell everybody you had a whole time moving there. Just all of a sudden popped up like, hey, I'm moving. I'm buying a new house.
Yeah. So the place that Dave and Rob and I were all living together in a house, and it was rental, and it was in South San Jose, and we loved it. It was great. But the house itself probably should have been condemned. It was definitely a fucking, I don't know, a mold and spore trap. I can't exactly explain exactly what was going on there, but we all really needed to move out.
You had cats falling out of the ceiling, though.
No, we didn't have that. Was in the garage, and that was just because Hamish is a fucking he's a couple chicken nuggets short of a Happy Meal. But yeah, so if we were Monster and I were gonna move with all of the animals that we had, it was gonna be like Bay Area prices, $10,000 for a deposit on a rental, and that's a fucking down payment on a house. So it was really like the smartest move, honestly, was to just purchase something and maybe kind of, get what you can afford. And I don't, have to sacrifice living in the Bay Area proper to have a more comfortable living situation. And we love our house here. It's very cute. Little town. Everything looks haunted. It's old. It's, the only 3,500 people in this whole town. And it's off the highway. It's by lakes. It's cute.
I got a cat attacking me. Yeah, when I moved in here, that's Smokey. Mr. Smokey over here. When I moved in here, I only told him about 2 of the cats.
Yeah.
Because it was like $150 deposit a piece.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I only got 2 cats.
In the Bay Area, it's like they want either like a $500 deposit per animal up front, and at the time we had 5, or like sometimes it's a month. It's not just like a deposit on. Yeah, it's crazy. And on top of if we're gonna get like a 2-bedroom place because I have kids and they at least need 1 room to themselves, you're looking at $3,500 a month rent. So it was first and last, and fucking it's just a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm trying to get somebody to buy a house with me. I've been trying to talk Sparkles into moving to Wyoming.
Wyoming's great. It's cheap. You can go move next to Adrian Curry.
It is the cheapest place in the country to live. Mm-hmm. It is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And the spot I picked out was about 50 minutes away from Denver. So I'm like, and to go over the state line, it was like 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, weed in 30 minutes over the state line.
Not bad adventure.
Yeah, an afternoon trip to Denver to go to dinner. Perfect. Mm-hmm. So everybody should get on to Sparkles about that. Move with Justin to Wyoming.
I'm glad to hear that you and Sparkles have reconciled, because your little chemistry that you have together is very, very good.
Yeah, Sparkles is in the chat right now, and she might lose a foot. No, she had to have bones in her foot fused together.
That's awful.
And she's been hobbling around for a couple months now. I offered to go down and stay with her, but she didn't take me up on that. And then she's like, "Oh, I can't cook food." I'm like, "I offered to come down." Yes, it is the Friday the 13th night freak show, and
That's right.
and it's spooky season, so we got a twofer here. Oh,
Spooky season is a lifestyle.
also the actual premiere of this iteration of the Friday Night Freak Show, and that's I gotta couch this here. This is my baby. Me not doing this for what 8 months now has been, or 9 months. It's been a little while because this is my first show. The Troll Patrol is the second show. This is the show I've been I tried to do this on the radio in 2005. I did this show at my college radio station in 2011. So this has been my baby for the longest time. But this iteration of the Friday Night Freak Show actually started on a August 13th of 2021, and that was a Friday the 13th.
Very nice.
So I figured it was only fitting that we come back for this iteration on a Friday the 13th.
Makes sense.
And I do have some I have one specific story, very Friday the 13th centric. I have a few different spooky style stories we're going to talk about, and then we just got some random bullshit. Did you know that people attending Taylor Swift concerts, they're losing their memories?
I didn't know that.
Well, you're going to find out here in a little bit. They lose their mind at the concert over Taylor Swift, and then they lose their memory afterward.
I have like mixed feelings on Taylor Swift because I used to she used to not be like relevant to anything that I would ever thought of. Now I have kids that watch TikTok and all kinds of shit, and they like Taylor Swift. At least Libby does. Juliet could kind of care less. But Libby is like, she's very music and drama and centric, and she loves Taylor Swift. And so I've been listening to it more. I kind of added some more like poppy type music in my Pandora playlist. I got like Taylor Swift and Lizzo and Billie Eilish, stuff like that. And she's kind of grown on me a little bit.
Taylor or Billie Eilish?
All of those, actually.
Billie Eyelash, as
Sparkles
always called her.
Yeah, no, I also heard an interview with her and her brother on Howard Stern one time. Billie Eilish, give you a whole different perspective on people when you hear him talk to people. He's an amazing interviewer.
Okay, so Taylor Swift was actually she first broke big right when I was working for a country radio station.
Oh God, you got saturated.
Yep. And I did not like that era of Taylor Swift. And then I was William Eyelash. then I was seeing a girl in college. She was an art student. This would have been 2012, 2013, and this is where Taylor's really making her, what do they call it? Crossover.
Yeah,
crossover into pop music, and she was really into Taylor Swift. But now I've got like 5 or 6 songs I really like by Taylor. I love
that You Need to Calm Down song. That song's fucking great. I love Karma. Karma's great.
Yeah, Karma's a good one. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Yeah. Oh, Sparkles wanted me to sing, so there you go. I sang something for you.
Yeah, the one line in You Need to Calm Down is that shade never made anybody less gay. Yeah, that's like
she's witty. Taylor. She's witty.
Well, her lyrics, like some college like started a whole fucking course on Taylor Swift. And she and
that's
like,
one of the stories I've got. I was gonna transition into that.
It's just dissecting like everything that she puts into like her music production and the way she does her lyrics and things like that. There's all like a method to the whole thing, and it's very, very interesting. But I'm in me with music. I mean, I'm a music fanatic, so it's everything like that's gonna speak to me automatically.
Well, we're gonna talk about some music, and we'll talk about Taylor Swift a little bit later. Do you wanna kick it off with? I guess we should kick it off with the Friday the 13th centric story that I have, shouldn't we? Is that what you want to start with?
Whatever you want.
All right.
This your show. I'm just here.
Do you know where Crystal Lake is?
Crystal Lake, like Camp Crystal Lake, like Friday the 13th Camp Crystal. Is it in like Oregon?
No, the other Crystal Lake, not the Friday the 13th. Why would we be talking about Friday the 13th?
I don't know where they. I don't know.
No, okay, so apparently there is a Crystal Lake, Minnesota.
Okay.
And if you were to dive into Crystal Lake, Minnesota, you might see something a little spooky.
People on Whidbey Island are being warned to stay away from one of the area's most popular residents.
Hold on. That's the wrong clip. I've already fucked my notes up. Which one is it? It's not
People
this
on
one.
Whidbey Island are being warned to stay away from one of the area's most popular residents.
Oh my God!
Because he is
5 minutes in, I done fucked y'all up.
I fucked it all up. Okay. I had to do a little workaround in order to play clips on the show here. So hold on. I'm gonna have to actually load the clip every time. Fail Justin indeed. Okay. Hold on. So let me.
People on Whidbey Island are being
You shut up. You shut up. We'll get to you here in a little bit. That's the goat story.
It's your turn.
Hold on here. I'm gonna have to fix this in real time. Here we go. They are diving down in Crystal Lake.
Yeah, I remember this scene in the movie. That was in the Jason versus Freddy, or the one that came out right after that, where either the opening scene or the closing scene in one of those two movies, because that was where Jason ended up, was in the bottom of like Crystal Lake.
Doesn't he end up in the lake in most of them?
I mean, I suppose so, but it's like one of the only Friday the 13th movies that I've watched is the one that had Freddy in it.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
That's freaky.
It is. It's the eyes that does it. Yeah.
There you go. You go to Crystal Lake. There is a life-size statue of Jason Voorhees. It's just chained down there that you will come across. That's super fucking cool, isn't it?
Yep. I love it.
I can't believe I thought I had all these clips set up and they were all the goat fucking clip.
It never goes away.
We even did a test run last night. I thought everything was good to go. Jesus. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna stop doing guests for the time being. I'm gonna continue the Friday Night Freak Show from here on out, but I'm just gonna fly solo until I get a new board.
I mean, we can keep doing it like this if you want to, unless it's too much work.
It's too much work. So I've got to get a new soundboard because doing this workaround really sucks.
Potheads aren't meant to get things perfect. Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, but I'm a professional broadcaster. I should know what I'm doing.
Well, even professional broadcasters have to fuck things around once in a while.
One of the first days I was working at the last TV station I worked for, I walked in front of my dumb ass, been in the business for 15 years at this point in time, walked in front of the camera while it was live, and I was like, my dumb ass, because you're in a studio,
He's spacing out.
So you've got like the green screens to the right, you got the weather center to the left, you got the main set to the front, and we were doing we did another station's news. So before we did our news, so we've got cameras pointed everywhere, right? So I'm like avoiding this one, avoiding that one. Boom, walked in front of the live one. I'm like,
nah. Don't they have like a red light on them or something when they're live?
They do, but like,
you weren't looking at that.
I'm the floor director in this instance. So I've got my headset on, and they're talking to me in the booth, and blah 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 blah. Amateur hour over here. What are you smacking around?
I bought these really cool balls at the dollar store earlier.
You mentioned balls right as D's Nuts comes into the fucking chat.
And they blink, but you have to whack them really fucking hard. And I managed to find 3 of them because I juggle, but these are too big to juggle right now.
I was getting ready to say, can you juggle for us right here on stream? That would be awesome.
Yeah, they're too big. I thought about it.
That's what she said.
And my chair, I don't have much room.
Media Wench playing with her balls over there.
Usually. I have been embroiled in NSFW conversations all fucking day.
Do tell.
So, okay, I'm in this group online. I'm in a couple groups online, but that are like, one of them is called Twilight Shitposting. And
Like Twilight the movie?
Yeah. And we were having a fucking discussion about, can a female vampire squirt? Basically, in this universe, right? And then, so that just digressed into, is squirt pee? And squirt is pee. And you can go ahead and try and change my mind, but you're not.
It's mostly pee.
It's mostly, but also, okay, so let's get into the nuances of this again, because I've already done this one today. Peeing is the action. Urine is the product, right? And then to a varying degree, it's how much urea is in the urine. And whether or not, and the concentration of it. So, I mean, when you squirt, it's the action isn't triggered by your bladder being full and having to pee. It's just it's the other one. It's the relaxation of the muscles,
Yeah.
or maybe your orgasm just shuts off that valve for a second. It just kind of depends. But whenever you see them bitches on fucking Chatterbait fucking squirting every fucking 15 minutes, dude, that's pee.
Yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with that
they're
either.
just drinking gallons and gallons and gallons of water until their bladder gets full. And they're not ingesting anything at the time, so they're not eating anything that would create the urea waste product, and then they're just stimulating their urethra until they fucking piss all over the place. Sorry to get technical.
But why wouldn't a vampire be able to squirt?
Because so the argument of that is that they don't have to use the restroom. But then on my other side of the argument is they're ingesting blood, and so those waste products have to go somewhere. There's H2O in it, and then there is red blood cells and whatever that they are drinking, so it has to go into their stomach. So where the fuck does it go? Because otherwise, if you don't, then you just blow up like a tick.
No, the question would be, how does a male vampire get a hard-on?
See, this is the other thing. Okay, so the other thing is that like, okay, is a vampire hard-on like Oobleck?
Oobleck?
Oobleck? Do you know what Oobleck is?
No.
It's that cornstarch mixture that you make where you mix water and cornstarch.
Oh, like a slurry.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never heard it called Oobleck before. You make a little
That's the
slurry.
technical, that's the Bill Nye term, I guess.
Oh, okay,
Oobleck,
okay.
right? So does a vampire hard-on, okay, since they don't supposedly have blood that circulates,
Yeah.
then it would be, in the Twilight universe, it would be the venom that circulates in the body. And so it's like the harder you mash against it, does it get hard like Oobleck? This is the discussions that we have in this group.
Venus asks, what's your favorite vampire film?
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I don't know that I've ever seen it. What is my favorite vampire? Dracula Dead and Loving It.
That's a great one. I fucking love that movie. I really do. Peak Leslie Nielsen.
Nosferatu is really good. I'm not sure that I've seen Interview with a Vampire, but I don't like. That's more like a soap opera.
It's a very romanticized. Anne Rice is a beautiful writer, and the books are they're way different than the movies, of course, like everything.
We watched what?
Vampire in Brooklyn, that's a fucking fantastic one as well. That one's got Eddie Murphy in it. And Angelica, oh fuck. What the fuck's her name? Oh fuck.
Fucking Sparkles is gonna tell me I've seen Bram Stoker's Dracula now. She's like, we watched it together. I don't think we did. I've seen Twilight because my girlfriend at the time, when Twilight was a thing, she loved those movies. I can say they're very well shot. They are
very well. I mean, it's questionably in some parts as well, but that whole like blue filter that they have over everything because it's in Washington, it's supposed to be raining all the time. It's it works.
She says we watched Dracula together.
Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's good.
Well, see, like we were getting ready to go out to dinner one time. I was like, I've never been to Bojangles. She's like, you've had Bojangles with me twice.
Well, you are high a lot, so I mean, there are times when there could be gaps in your memory.
Well, then my buddy Jesse, I told him I'd never seen an Austin Powers movie, and he's like, you went with me to see the third one in the theater.
No, the Bram Stoker's Dracula's got Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, fucking Anthony Hopkins, Keanu Reeves, Carrie Elways is in that
sounds
one.
amazing.
It's fucking really good. It's like the standard. That's the hot vampire standard, as far as I'm concerned. Gary Oldman is just like,
I'm not exactly sure who Gary Oldman is.
Gary Oldman is, so have you seen Fifth Element?
No.
Jason, or Justin, oh, fuck.
You're not the first person to call me. Oh, yeah, I know who Gary Oldman is.
Yeah, Gary Oldman. He's in so many things. He's amazing. True Romance, he was Drexel. Oh, fuck.
I've seen True Romance.
Yeah, he's Drexel.
There we go. There's the side monitor.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman.
Did you ever see Book of Eli?
Yes, I hated that movie.
Oh, why?
Because you get to the end of the movie and it's the Bible, and it's like there's so many better books that could have been.
True, but everything. Well, I mean, the message is fucking true, right? What Gary Oldman is saying in that movie is that you can control everything with this book. And that's why he wanted it so bad. But then, you have the other end of it where they get a hold of it and then they want to mass produce it again for other reasons. And that's not a message that I'm with. They should have got rid of it when the getting rid of it was good. But everything up to that, Denzel Washington's amazing. Mila Kunis is good. Fucking, yeah, it was good.
If it had been like the works of Aristotle, or if it had been like the Magna Carta, or if it had been
something that was burned in the Library of Alexandria or something.
I was really let down that it was the Bible. But okay. So I've actually got to correct myself. Earlier in the week, I was raving about how great a movie Apocalyptico is. But then I started thinking about the ending of the movie, and I'm like, my God, I got the ending completely ass backwards.
It's been a really long time since I've seen that one. Maybe I should rewatch it.
So, after they run the dude was going to be sacrificed at the temple and everything. So runs away, and then he gets to like the coast, and that's the white man boat is coming. Mm-hmm. And I always interpreted it as that, like, this one evil, and then he's encountering the other evil. And then I realized, like, it's Mel Gibson. He's saying the white man is coming to save them and bring civilization. And I'm like, maybe I need to not be praising this movie so much. Because,
it's up to interpretation. Fuck what Mel Gibson thinks. If you want to interpret it's one evil for another, then that's your right. And the way that it's filmed, it's hard to argue with that. That probably that's a viable fucking interpretation of that ending, 100%.
That's just the way I've always saw it. Was like you running from this, and then encounters like, oh shit, even worse over here. But Mel Gibson totally meant it the other way, like white savior coming to civilize the savages. And after I got to thinking about it, after I got off stream the other day, I'm like, oh, people might really think that I'm like, a shit person for loving that movie so much.
I mean, you could think that I'm a shit person for loving fucking Braveheart and The Patriot and What Women Want. Actually, I mean, there's a bunch of Mel Gibson movies that I like.
I've never seen Braveheart or The Patriot.
Oh, they're really good too.
But I have seen What Women
movies?
Want. I had a
I love
girlfriend
that
make me go
movie.
watch it.
And with Helen Hunt. Oh my God, that movie's great. That movie's fantastic. But no, if you want to talk about movies that are absolutely beautifully shot, yeah, Braveheart and The Patriot are two of them that are absolute just visual masterpieces.
I thought The Patriot got shit all over. I didn't think that was a very good movie.
I mean, it could have had Heath Ledger in it too.
I'm not as obsessed over Heath Ledger as
I mean, I'm not obsessed with Heath Ledger, but he is a very good actor.
I need to. Wasn't he in? He was in a movie about a gay man, wasn't he?
That was Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I might be thinking of Matthew McConaughey. Was in some kind of.
That was.
I'm not good with actors or faces or anything.
Fuck.
I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah.
I need more coffee. Entertain the people while I step over here to the bar. Dallas Buyers Club. That was it.
Dallas Buyers Club. That's the fucking one. But if you want to talk about spectacular performances from Matthew McConaughey, we could look no further than fucking Wolf of Wall Street. Because, oh my God, Matthew McConaughey, Wolf of Wall Street, is peak 1980s cocaine martini shitbag. And he fucking nailed that shit. It was real. I've never seen Brokeback Mountain either, but I mean, I don't have any doubt that the acting in it is spectacular. Because I think it's him, it's Heath Ledger and Jake Gyllenhaal, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart, my soul.
Oh, you just gave Media Wench a heart on.
Oh, man. What's funny is you always forget that he was in Twister.
Oh, they're doing like a re-release or a remake or something to Twister, aren't they?
Really? Why? It's perfect the way it is.
I know, and it had that.
I wish they would make some new movies that aren't fucking like superhero movies.
I think it's coming. I think the bottom is falling out of the movie industry. Like Disney has taken a bath, over the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, he was
Look
in
at
Big
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
My dad has a license plate and it says "the dude" backwards.
That rug really really brought the room together.
Really ties the room together.
Ties the room together. That's the line. I'm fucked it up. It's been a while. Been a while since I've seen Lebowski.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and talk movies forever. I'm not a movie fanatic, but I've seen a lot of movies. There's this one account on TikTok right now that I really like. It's this chick who hasn't seen very many movies at all, and her husband is like, they get suggestions from the chat on what movies they should, and then he records her like reacting to them as they're going. It's fucking hilarious. I'm into it. Like classic movies.
We were supposed to watch Sound of Freedom together.
We could still do that.
It's
one like really long clip.
The time has passed now. I feel like there's
true.
no reason. And the dude's been he's so close to jacking it in San Diego. It's not even funny. He had a whole breakdown. It was like about his wife and shit.
Well, every accusation is a fucking confession.
Well, he's been accused by 5 women. 5 women.
Yeah, but he was accusing a bunch of other people in that fucking movie, and look what he should have shut the fuck up.
Well, and one of the dudes that was with him on that operation was like assaulting the victim of trafficking. Insane.
It's all very fucking stupid. It's all very stupid.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about politics.
I don't know if that's politics.
I've got a question to ask you, Sparkles. Sparkles has been stuck on this ever since I showed her the clip. This came up on the Troll Patrol. Hold on, once again, I'm gonna have to fuck with the clip here and change some things out. Okay. I'm gonna have to switch this one out for another one because my dumbass did this completely wrong. So, Andrew Tate.
On Twitter, ask it. Would you rather?
Andrew Tate has something that he wants to ask you. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Megan Fox first.
The question on Twitter asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick, that's the trans, or Hulk Hogan with a pussy, that's the girl. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan. You're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number 1, did it? You're gonna fuck Hulk Hogan. Okay, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy. It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I mean, still Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit. You can get your hand around her neck, mess her up. Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up. So this is the question I'm asking. This is important. This is cultural. What is straight? What is gay? Because if you're gonna sit here and go, oh no, it's gay to bang Megan Fox with a dick, I counter that argument. It's gay to bang Hulk Hogan with a pussy. So which one is it?
So who you picking? Are you? Sparkles apparently has a hard-on for Hulk Hogan with a pussy.
Well, I mean, could you have picked a shittier way to be on the right side of the argument? I mean, could you have picked a more toxic way to be on the right side of this argument?
Then the whole reason he wants to fuck Megan Fox is so he can like grab her around the neck and fuck her up. Of course. Right. He's a freak.
But I mean, on the other hand of it, it's like, you know, trans women are women, and even if a woman is ugly and has a vagina and identifies as a woman, then it's a woman. It goes back to this whole like, what is a woman question, right? That we used to fuck right wingers over back in the day because they're not man enough to fuck a man in a dress. So I mean,
maskless Moses.
You fucked that asshole right off of the whole ass internet. You really fucking did.
Has he been sentenced yet? Is he currently in jail?
I lost full track of that guy.
Well, he was at January 6th, so that's why you haven't heard from him.
Oh, not only that, but the day after he was harassing Lindsey Graham in the fucking airport. That's on tape too.
That does sound vaguely familiar. I wonder if I played that on the Troll Patrol.
You could see him from other angles, him filming other people. It's like, I got you on camera, got me on camera, got you on camera, got me on camera. It was like following him through the airport, like harassing him through the whole fucking airport. There's like just film of him. All right.
If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, there was this right-wing wannabe influencer, streamer by the name, Ben Martin, right? Yeah, that's it, right? And you guys affectionately referred to him as Maskless Moses because this was in the height of COVID, and he had a show called Man Up Monday, and he would have these panels, and it was just open. You could just pop in if you had the link, and I just popped in one day, and they were talking about men in a dress or something. And I'm like, what, are you not man enough? Are you not man enough to fuck a man in the dress? I'd fuck a man in a dress. You're not secure enough in your masculinity?
Yeah.
But the thing that actually got him to stop doing the show was like I brought up his license had been revoked or some shit, and I was like mocking him for that because he said he was a real estate agent.
Yeah, not much longer after that he wasn't.
But then he was at January 6th, and he was indicted for his role, and I think he's serving time currently, so couldn't happen to a nicer person.
That's right. Couldn't. Fucking problem talking right now. You smoke more weed. I'm not high enough for this shit.
I'm not high enough for this shit either. And you know what? Since we brought up California, since you're over in California, this next clip is going to come to us from California. Get kind of this is kind of in the spooky realm. Hold on, I'm gonna have to change the clip out again. This is kind of in the spooky realm here. Are you ready for this one? This happened in San Francisco like yesterday.
Ooh. What the is that? And somebody floating an interesting fucking object out in the bay. Sure.
Looked like a alien.
It kind of looked like that fucking dome thing that they just started using in Vegas.
Oh my God! Let me bitch about that. I watched the first 30 minutes of the U2 concert, they've got this gigantic fucking dome, which is so fucking cool, and U2's visuals sucked. I couldn't believe they have this gigantic canvas and they didn't do more with it.
Where the business really is seeing it from the air. Because they can make it look like an eyeball or a big pumpkin or what the fuck ever. And that's like a big eyeball rolling around in fucking the middle of Vegas is kind of fucking amazing.
Wait, did you see like it was like a happy face maybe?
Yeah,
and it was like
things.
falling
Anything
asleep
and
as like the cars were going by. That was really weird.
the one thing that I don't like that I saw the last time I was in Vegas, I think it was the Rio, like has their whole side of their building is one big fucking billboard. Like one big lit up from almost top to bottom. It's fucking obnoxious. That looks stupid.
Okay, so I didn't think that U2's visuals were very cool, but I could imagine there is a band whose visuals would be really cool inside of that sphere.
Literally anybody but you two.
Literally anybody but U2. But one band in specific, and I saw a lot of people even mention them in the comments of the video I was watching. But this band apparently ruffled some feathers when a woman heard them playing inside of a Whole Foods. Woman confronts staff at a Whole Foods for playing a Tool song. Calls it death metal.
That is miscategorized.
What is this? The world is too angry for such angry music.
What song was it? And it's not angry music. It's music about being high on heroin.
Well, I mean, it depends on which Tool. Like 10,000 Days, all the songs are about his mom dying.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You've got Anima, and like one of the songs is about California dropping into the ocean. So it's bad enough that inflation is driving up grocery costs these days, and now customers have to deal with supermarkets playing angry music from that death metal band Tool. I'm a little surprised they were playing Tool inside of a Whole Foods. A since deleted.
Seriously, let's talk about that. That's the more.
A since deleted Reddit post by a member of the Tool band subreddit tells the story of a woman who recently complained that a Whole Foods store was playing Tool's 46 and 2, which is
a great song.
Absolutely, and that one is actually about evolution. This is during her shopping excursion. The Reddit user who works at this particular Whole Foods in Hawaii.
Oh, an employee?
And no, the employee is telling the story of the woman that complained. I work at a Whole Foods where we play an admirable eclectic array of music. On any given day, you'll hear reggae, rock, country, pop, new wave, indie, and yes, the occasional heavy tune. Today, 46 and 2 came on, and a middle-aged woman approached me with an upset look on her face, and she said, "What is this? The world is too angry for such angry music. I don't think it should be played in a supermarket. Who enjoys this?" To which I replied, "Oh, this is a band called Tool. They're pretty talented, and their singer is misunderstood. They actually have plenty of positive messages in their music. You just have to look past the yelling and read the lyrics."
I've been to one Perfect Circle concert before. It was Monster Magnet, Perfect Circle, and 9 Inch Nails. And fucking A. Maynard is ridiculously fucking talented.
I've seen a Perfect Circle twice.
Yeah, it was good shit.
Maynard, where is Maynard? You in here, Maynard?
I'll have to snatch up Effie later.
Entertain the people. I'll go find Maynard.
Go find Maynard. Okay, what's going on? We already had this. We did. Okay, the genre conversation about with metal. One of the most fun things that I think that I've seen is that one guy that is the heavy metal anthropologist, where there was his show on, I wonder if it was on VH1 or MTV or whatever, where he went through all the genres of metal, and that was just such an incredible show. And I learned more about like black metal during that. I just shot the tip of my doobie right into an actor.
Maynard James Kitten is not impressed. He has been cuddling with me quite a lot here. Like he's always been kind of standoffish. Like the other two are far more loving. But since we moved into this apartment, he's been laying in my lap a lot more, cuddles with me at night sometimes. Maynard doesn't like to be held, Tones.
Yeah. Really none of our cats like to be held except for, like, Effie will put up with it for the longest, but mainly because she has no choice because she's tiny. But the other ones are like, fucking no. And
Purgator is saying, like, if that's a kitten, I don't want to see what happens when it's full grown. He is about 6 years old now.
Yeah, my oldest kitty cat is 4.
He is
Big
very
Orange,
large. Maynard is he needs to go on a diet. He really does.
Well, Big Orange is fucking Maine Coon. He's full Maine Coon. He's 17 and 3/4 pounds. We took him to the vet the other day because he's having like a chewing obsession on his rear end because he's like has that extra sensitive like flea allergy. So we got to get him
heat spot or something, whatever they call it.
Yeah. He gets like hot spot. And ever since then, since we took him and we got the advantage and stuff for him, he's a whole new kitty, and he's fucking super spicy. And he's been like playing on shit and chasing all the other cats. He's the one little wild cat that we have. He's been like really like hunting her.
Don't we all chew on our asses?
No, I like no.
Anyway, does a vampire squirt? What did you guys ever come to the conclusion on that one?
There was no conclusion. It just digressed into a discourse of whether or not squirters pee.
Why is it always that? Why does the conversation always come back to that?
Because some people want to say it is, and other people, and they're wrong. It's the act of peeing. Peeing is an act.
But I thought
piss. If you want to break it down that way, peeing and piss are not the same thing, and squirting and female ejaculation are also not the same thing.
All I know is I would give anything to piss in Dan Crenshaw's open aisle. If I could squirt, I would squirt all in Dan Crenshaw's open aisle.
We know this.
Sorry. What is wrong with me?
Nothing.
No, I'm not high enough for this shit.
I mean, work on that. I was able to scrape like a little over a gram's worth of fucking hash off of my grinder the other night. I'm gonna sprinkle that in a fucking doobie one of these days.
Do it.
I don't want to heat it up because I bet it's too crumbly to make it a stick in the grass.
Roll a bud in it. Do like what do they call it? Moon rocks. And roll it in keef.
I wish I had that. I need to go. I have to hurry up. I'm down to like just a couple ounces. I buy it a pound at a time.
I'm like, I don't even have anything over here. I'm smoking my scraps. And
Dude,
Wench like, I'm down to a couple ounces.
My cousin lives 4 or 5 blocks away from me, country blocks, you know. And she's like, come over for coffee.
Blocks? What do you know about country blocks?
Honey, I lived in the country for 20 years.
Okay.
Now I'm back to living in the country. Like, I lived in Shasta County for 20 years.
Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Love the presidents.
Peaches come from a can, and they were put there by a man in a factory downtown.
I didn't know that all the kids know that song from like Shrek.
Are they?
Like I just know the song from like the Presidents are a goddamn badass band.
Yeah, Little Blue Doom Buggy, that's a great song.
In the sand, little blue doom buggy.
In my
Can't
hand.
get your body out of my mind. I fucking love that band.
They're so good.
Oh, fucking.
Yeah, but my cousin lives down the street, and she's got 6 plants in her backyard right now. So she's like, you need to come over, check them out, and then I'm going to be pulling them soon. And I have a bunch of jars left over from last year's crop, so come take them.
Hell yeah.
And then I have my dad, he built a 12,000 pound PSI heated rosin press.
Jesus!
He gave it to me. So that is in my backyard. And I will be running some fucking trim and doing some experiments trying to make some fucking dabs this yeah.
I've quit buying the concentrate because like I can go. It's not technically legal where I'm at, but if I go across the state line, it is. And I had been getting like I'd go and buy my ounce, and then I would get a thing of concentrate, and I don't have a dab rig. I would just kind of sprinkle a little bit on top of a bowl. Usually I'd smoke it out, do a little ash in the bong and then put some on it, and then just so I could taste it and see what it was like and everything. And then I'd just sprinkle it on top of a bowl.
It's really easy to make a nectar collector. Do you know what a nectar collector is?
Explain.
A nectar collector is basically it's a metal straw, and you need some sort of like silicone portion or something so you don't burn your hand. And then you just heat up the tip of it and make sure it's a stainless steel type of straw. And then you just tap your concentrate, and it works basically just like a dab rig, except for you're basically just freebasing THC off of a metal. Yeah. But it works. I mean, it's the same concept as like using a knife or whatever.
That's what I was getting ready to say. That's what it reminded me of. Like when I was 19 and we were having to take res hits off of knives, like heat up the knives on the stove and everything. We have come such a long way, haven't we?
We have. I mean, I've worked in the weed industry since 2001. So I mean, like way back, even when it was just medical and everybody was still kind of sketch about it, and they called Oakland Oaksterdam, and they had the cannabis college out there. And I went to a 420 party one time with Dennis Perone and Ed Rosenthal. That was super fun.
You're so lucky that the legalization started happening in California, what, in the mid 2000s?
It was, the medical went through in 96. And so, but it was real, like sparse doctors were really not willing to give out the medical recs. It started to loosen up a little bit. Not too long after that, but you had to have like actual documentation from a doctor that you did a script, right? You couldn't just go in and be like, oh, I have an eating disorder. Oh, I can't sleep. Or, oh, my tits are too heavy and my back hurts. Like you couldn't go back then for that kind of thing. So, but you can now if you want a medical rec, but you don't need that because it's recreational. But, yeah.
Curiouser and I had gone over to the weed shop, and for some reason they were closed, and so we decided to go to like one of the other places was a medical place, and they're just like, if you have an address in the state, you can just get a car. It's just like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, going to places and like going to Nevada and Colorado, it's just you just need to show that you have an ID. That you're over 21, and then you can buy whatever.
The medical place was weird because like all the other weed stores you walk in and like the smell of weed knocks you down, but the medical place you walk into, it was like hermaphroditically sealed, so like
hermetically sealed. I'm
sorry.
So I worked in one of the first adult recreational type clubs in Oakland back in 2001 or 2002.
What, could you go in and like smoke like at a table and shit?
Yeah. And you didn't have to have you had to have a membership card, but you didn't have to have a medical card. And it was kind of an experimental thing. And really, I think it was just a fucking thing that Richard wanted to do because he just wanted to give 2 double fingers to the men. Not in blame him. But so there was the Bulldog, and then there was the SR-71, and they were only a couple blocks away from each other in downtown Oakland.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What does SR-7? I know SR-71 is like a band. Like, what does SR-71 mean?
Blackbird, the stealth plane.
Is that what the band is named after?
It could be. I mean, the reason that they picked that name for it was because the company from I think Lockheed or Boeing, one of the two, the division that created the SR-71 was called Skunk Works.
I think I've heard of Skunk Works.
Yeah. So then they called the club SR71, and they had a little logo that was a diamond, and it had the little Skunkworks logo in the middle of it. It was cute.
Was it just smoke, or like did they sell other things? Could you drink? Was it a bar?
We had no, just smoking, but we had a coffee shop downstairs.
Oh, okay,
and then,
cool.
And then the bud bar was in the back, and then there was a lounge area that was upstairs. And the only way you can get a card for this particular club is if you knew somebody and they recommended you that had an OCBC card, which is the Oakland Cannabis Buyers Cooperative, and you had to have that card in order to get cards to go to the other clubs that were in Oakland. It was a very complicated fucking system they had, because it was like just in the beginning of this like legal and medical, cannabis club processes that they had in Oakland. They had to do this just so they didn't get fucked with by the cops, right? But yeah, we had a friend, my ex-husband, actually, back when he and I weren't together, we were just friends, was a member of the OCBC and the Bulldogs. So he got me and a couple of our other friends cards to go to the other club, and we used to go there and hang out for hours, fucking take bong hits, fucking buy weed. We got to know all the owners. That's how we ended up getting a job there later.
Oh, is that how you could smoke out of anything there? Like they did?
Oh, they had the volcanoes with the big bags and stuff. In fact, this one guy passed out one time. We were sitting. They had like tables, and it was all the four of us, and then there was just one guy just sitting by himself, and he just milked the volcano bag. It was huge, and he fucking stood there. He took this tremendous fucking hit, and then he just like rolled back, and didn't stop. And just boom, hit the floor. We're like, oh shit! And my ex was like, had medical training, so he fucking ran over to him and like checked him, made sure he was in. He just passed out. He just grayed out and passed out. It was a trip. I had never seen anybody pass out before. That was crazy.
Those volcanoes are like $400 or $500 now. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine what they cost back then.
It was a lot.
I bet.
It was just the one that was it belonged to the club. They'd give you bongs, pipes, whatever you need, but they would. I mean, we just sat there and rolled joints.
Yeah, I kind of figured they would have had pre-rolls or something.
I mean, they do. You could have bought pre-rolls, but again, this is back in the day. This is like 2002, 2001. So they didn't have all that stuff available back then. It was just like keef. They didn't really do pre-roll joints. I mean, they did, but it was just shake. They didn't go to the extremes that we go to now, right? Where we have the moon rocks and the keef and the crystals and all the fucking harsh and shit inside the joint, or like infused or any of those types of things. It was just like, here's your pre-roll.
Clinically says they are $595. Ask him how he knows.
Because you have one, I hope. Volcanoes are fucking, no smartphones or nothing. Everybody just living in the moment.
So like I can't even remember. I was at this rich kid's house. Like his dad was a lawyer or some shit. And this was back when I was in college, and he had one of those volcanoes. That's the only time I've ever even seen one. That's like, I wouldn't even know what it was because I'm a poor boy.
Right. That was like the first attempt at having something that made vapor that was non-carcinogenic. Right. That was the point. But people are like, fuck that. I can't see it. It's not there. So they crank the fucking temperature up, and they're doing the same fucking thing.
And burning it.
Whatever.
Yep.
And then it gets stale hella fast.
I don't know why, but I just don't like vape as much as I like smoke. And it may just be, in my head, it may be...
I used to be the same way. And then I got these fucking Nathan, the creator of all the world's problems, just calls them my Tesla vapes. And it's these Stizzy vapes, right? And I don't have a cartridge in this one right now. I have one in this one. I'm gonna throw them all away.
Now, don't get me wrong. I've gotten incredibly high off of a vape, but I just prefer smoking.
I also prefer smoking. But these fuckers, like, for some reason, like, there's the 510 carts, which are the round ones that you like a magnetic and they screw in. But these are different. These are these little pods, and something about these, it's temperature regulated, and it burns the product really slowly and evenly. they last a really long time. And if you're conservative with it, and if you just use it because you're going to be like, you're just going somewhere quick and you don't want to fucking take full, or you don't want to smell like smoke or whatever it is, then these are the fucking shit, man. You want to go to a concert or something
That's what
like
you were
that.
saying, concerts. If perhaps
Yeah.
you're going to see Beetlejuice and you're trying to give your date a tug job and you're
Something like that, you know. I mean, you gotta make it convenient for yourself, man. But yeah, I swear by these, and
you do know what I'm talking about when I say that, right? Like
Lauren Boebert.
yes,
Yeah.
okay. I never because like sometimes you stay like you're like fuck that bullshit and you don't pay attention to it, but most of the time you're up on things.
Yeah. So.
But you didn't know that Tim Pool had a band.
I didn't know that Tim Pool had a band, and I still have never heard anything. And I don't make me, please. I would like to leave that unknown.
Well, I can't just pull up a video and play for you. I have to have it already saved and everything. So, or I'd probably be playing you the MAGA "We Are the World" right now. That song has been stuck in my head. I can't because I did it on the stream, made a clip of it, and then I made like a TikTok of it. And doing all that editing of it is just like, you cannot take our freedom.
Lord have mercy.
It's like every time I'm just laying down, fucking that song is in my head and I hate it. Fair enough, clinically. Calling Tim Pool's band a band is insulting to music.
Yeah, I could talk about weed all night. We could do a 3-hour show on weed.
Absolutely.
I could talk about growing it. I could talk about fucking working in a commercial place. I've done backyard grows and worked at clubs. And I worked on a campaign in Oakland to make marijuana the lowest police priority. It was called Measure Z. I was on a cold calling campaign and did some advocating for fucking recreational marijuana laws before that was even a consideration. But anyways, build yourself a nectar collector.
Any advice on getting rid of millibugs in a grow room? You are the person to ask.
Ladybugs.
Millibugs is
No, I know.
are
Yeah,
those
get
the
rid of
same thing?
millibugs. Get rid of millibugs. Use ladybugs.
With ladybugs.
Yeah. Ladybugs are carnivores, but they do not. So they won't eat your. They're great for getting rid of spider mites and aphids. And what you do is you buy a pack, and then you go and you get them, put them in the freezer for an hour because it'll knock them out. And then when you go and put them on your plants, you can distribute them. They'll be asleep, and when they wake up, they'll be hungry, and so they'll find all the fucking bugs and mow right through them.
There you go. I knew you'd be the one to ask.
They should call me Marijuana Wench.
How did you get the name Media Wench?
This is a great story. So it was episode like 15 or 16 of Local Love. And I had just gotten on there. I started around like episode 6 or 7, I think. And me and Dave and Harrison are sitting and just shooting the shit. And everybody had a nickname, and I didn't have one yet. And so one of the reasons that I got involved with Echoplex in the first place was because I offered to help out with social media stuff. So I got Dave on Twitter and taught him, about how to use hashtags and look at the trending topics and how you can manipulate those to get more views and to get more likes and shares on your posts and more engagement. And so they were running through some nicknames for me, and they were like, "Well, we can call you Twitter bitch, or we can call you this." And I'm like, bitch is probably not a good moniker to use for something that's a little more permanent. And Twitter is a little too narrow. So how about like Media Wench? Because this also has another story, because Dave and Harrison and I had known each other for 20-something fucking years. And we used to throw these parties in the Bay Area we would call them Green Martini parties. And it was just like, we would get a keg and we would sell tickets in advance, $5 a ticket. And we had a little street crew, because again, not a smartphone site, people just out there living in the moment. And we would give these kids tickets. We had special stamps on them, and they would sell them for $5 a piece. And if they sold 10 of them, and they brought us the money, they would get a pass for themselves. And we would sell like 100, 150 tickets to these fucking kegger parties out in Niles. And I lived out in Castro Valley, in like unincorporated Castro Valley. So I had this house, and we had these fucking kegger parties. You get a cup at the door, of keg all night. We'd have a bar, but we had very simple bar. We just had like 7 and 7s and Jack and Coke and a margarita or a gin and tonic or a vodka tonic and shots and Jello shots and things. Very, very limited amount of stuff. And I was always the bar one. So Media Wench, and that's how I got my name. And that was back in 2016 or something like that.
There we go. Awesome. In a strip club, they call the head woman the marm, the bar marm.
Bar marm. I was gonna say madam.
Oh, that's at a brothel. That's the madam.
Right. Discord made me change my name
From Media Wench?
They wouldn't allow Wench, so I had to change it to Wrench.
Really? They don't allow Wrench? The house mom, yes.
Yeah, I can't be Media Wench on Discord. I had to be Media Wrench.
That's wild, because what does wench even mean? I think about it as like a pirate.
Me too, or like a tavern wench, right?
It apparently means a girl or young woman or a prostitute.
A girl or young woman or a prostitute. That's a wide fucking, that's a lot. That covers a lot. But I mean, yeah, I'm wench. It's fine. It's very piratey. I enjoy pirates.
Arg.
I have a pirate hat.
Put it on. I'm just bossing her around here on the show. Ooh, that's a nice one. I didn't know what we were getting. If we were getting like a Long John Silver's kind of paper hat, but that's a nice fucking pirate hat.
That's like a big shadow. But I went for my dad's birthday a couple of years ago. We rented a boat and we went from Sausalito and we went like on a little day cruise under the Golden Gate Bridge. And she bought everybody pirate shirts, like black and white striped shirts and fucking pirate hats and shit. And we were all on this boat. We were all matching and we all had pirate hats and shit on. It was super cute.
But I don't want to be a pirate. The puppy shirt from Seinfeld.
I have 2 of those, but they're black.
You've got a black puppy shirt.
2 of them.
I love that. Like Kramer's dating a low talker.
Oh, I have like some amazing clothes in my closet that I don't ever fucking wear.
Oh, I'm sure you always look fucking cute.
Like you see those ads for Dracula clothing all the time on fucking Facebook, and there's like they have those wenchy dresses with like the extra skirt that has like the bustle and the gatherings and stuff.
I don't see
like
ads.
The corsets and shit.
What are you doing that you see ads?
On Facebook?
The only ads I was seeing was that fucking Pepper Belly Pete that I had to block all his fucking 4 or 5 accounts. And then Dave goes and tags me in some shit. And I'm like, I can't see what this is. I thought it was somebody that had me blocked. But no, it was me having that dude blocked. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I love cooking content, right? Like when I was a kid, we didn't have the Food Network yet. Like we only had like basic cable. And I would watch like Great Chefs of the World on Discovery Channel and shit.
Love that show.
But then like when it was 6th, 7th grade, we got satellite, and that's when and that was like the golden age of
Iron
Food
Chef
Network. There wasn't even Iron Chef USA yet. It was
the Japanese version.
Yeah, it was just the Japanese version was playing.
Yeah.
Emerald
Morimoto
Lagasse.
was on that though. Still.
There was what's his name that sexually assaulted those women?
Mario Batali.
Mario Batali was on there. I don't think Barefoot Contessa was on there yet.
No, not yet. No. That's pre-Barefoot Contessa. But Giada was on there.
Yeah, that's who I was trying to think of. Yeah, she had a really good show.
Paula Dean, Auntie Butter.
I don't remember Paula D being on there, but I remember Bobby Flay.
Bobby Flay. Yeah. I met Chef Morimoto.
Really?
Oh yeah. He has a couple of restaurants out here, but he has 2 in Napa. There's Morimoto Asia, and then there's which is his. And it's kind of like a dim sum restaurant and they do hot pot on the weekends. And then there's the other one, which is the fancy one. I've been to both of them, but the Morimoto Asia, when they opened it, we went there on the Saturday that they started doing the hot pots on weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there for the opening, and my mom and I got to fucking meet him. And oh my fucking God. Like, I don't get starstruck by a whole lot of people, but I was like,
that's awesome.
I love him so much. Oh my God. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. And I too, like, food is another thing that I could talk about incessantly without stopping.
But here's my thing. Okay, so like, I've been watching all these cooking shows all my life, and I cook everything from scratch over here. Facebook keeps showing me like these like white women making casseroles with a block of Velveeta and cans of like Campbell's cream of mushroom. I'm like, I do not want to see this bull. If you're pouring anything out of a can, or you fucking that Pepper Belly Pete dude had like a bag of Great Value mozzarella. I'm like, if you've got Great Value mozzarella, I'm not gonna fucking want to hear what you have to say. So I've had to block all because I love cooking content. I guess Facebook knows this.
I put a couple of cooking videos on my TikTok.
But it keeps giving me like the most god awful fucking shit that I would never watch in a million years.
I like that one lady on TikTok that's like, everybody's so creative. Look how you wouldn't do any of this. Look how all this is all wrong, but you're going to pretend like it's right anyway.
That's the only way I will watch bad people cooking.
I love her, and I love North Omaha Cat Lady.
Ain't going down easy if it ain't cheesy.
Yeah, and Bill and D. Hollis. He's the one that does all the recipes from the old books, like 50s.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I love him. He's great.
I like, God, what's his name that does he does but better. He'll do like Big Mac, but it's fucking gourmet and shit. Everything's but better. I love that dude.
I don't know that guy, but yeah, throw me one of his videos.
He calls himself Pop. And then Brian Langston, he does a pretty good job. And then there's Adam Raguseo. He's kind of like the new version of Alton Brown, kind of based on the science of cooking and everything.
I love Alton
break
Brown
that down for you.
From America's Test Kitchen on Channel 9.
Have you seen the fucking like Reddit post about apparently he's a dom?
That's fine.
That like everybody, like people have like taken like the phrases he says and shit, and the way he acts. And they're like, he has to be a dom because like only a dom would act like this. Dude, that dom is gonna make
you a fucking banging meal for some aftercare. That's what that's all about.
Totally cool.
An ass cracking and some comfort food. That's what I'm after.
Alton's chicken parm. Like that, because usually I'll watch 3 or 4 different people's recipes and then kind of do my own version based upon their techniques. No, I follow Alton Brown's chicken parm recipe, and you have no clue how many women are just like, all right, fuck me now.
Yep.
Because it is so goddamn good.
I grabbed your breast, now grab mine.
But I mean, it's fucking. But you gotta like fucking brine your chicken. You gotta pound that shit out. You gotta go to the.
That's what she said. Yeah, Lydia's Italian Kitchen. That's Granny Lydia. She is S tier.
I'm not sure I know Lydia.
Lydia, she's the one that taught me to never ever put oil in your noodles. You only put salt.
Fucking Sparkles yelled at me one time for, like, it was just like a little bit. You just dab a little bit of oil in there. It keeps them from getting all
Stuck
clumpy.
together.
Yeah. Ma'am. I bought a Dutch oven about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've never owned one.
That's a life changer.
It is. It has barely been clean. It has spaghetti in it right now. Like, you know, I cooked the sausage and got the font on the bottom and everything. Oh, and then built my sauce from there. Oh my God.
My Dutch oven, I usually do beef bourguignon and Julia Child's beef bourguignon recipe.
There's a dude on YouTube that does like all Julia Child's old recipes and shit.
Yep. But I love, beef bourguignon. I do. There's like a couple of things that are like in my regular repertoire shit that I make. Beef bourguignon's one of them. I make like the cranked up fucking version of the Zuppa Toscana soup from Olive Garden. That sausage, potato, kale soup. But mine is 100 fucking times better.
I've never really been to. I think I've been to Olive Garden once.
I mean, I like some trash food. I know you're not into fast food at all, but like I like some trash food.
I order Taco Bell every 3 or 4 weeks. We have a great fast food restaurant here. It's one of the best fucking fast food restaurants in the country. It's called Pal's. It's goddamn amazing. It's the best burgers, fries, everything you will ever eat. They make all their chili homemade.
There's a KFC Taco Bell right down the streets within walking distance from my house. And they have these, like, KFC has these $20 fill-up boxes, and you get, like, 4 pieces of chicken and 4 biscuits and some fries and, like, a bunch of chicken nuggets. And today, years old, when I unlocked this fucking badge, you take one of the biscuits, you put your butter and your honey on it, you put, like, 3 of those little chicken nuggets on it, boom, fucking slider.
There you go, ma'am.
That shit is fucking, oh my God.
You mentioned KFC. Oh God, if she's listening to this, she's gonna kill me. The lady I have been flirting with as of late, she is currently in France. And one day I popped up and I was like, I don't believe you're in France. Like, you aren't sending me, you know, pictures of food and stuff that you're eating. Blah blah blah. And she said, well, I went to KFC today, and I'm like, you're in France and you went to KFC? Woman, what is wrong with you? She said she wanted to try it out, see what it was like in another country.
I guess it's like going and having a Royale with cheese there, right?
Well, I mean, she's not there on like vacation. She's there for months writing a dissertation, so. I was just like taken aback, like, oh, what kind of food have you had? Well, I had KFC today. Got me and Wench choked up.
Oh, I made lasagna soup for dinner the other night.
Ooh, that looked amazing. I saw the picture of that.
That was really good. And then I let it sit out, and I put what they call the starch, like, soaked and ballooned it up till it was just like a sauce. So I just made the other half of the box of noodles, threw that all in mixed that all together. I took a packet, one of those McCormick packets of the garlic Alfredo sauce, tossed that in there, like a cup of heavy cream, fucking mix that shit up.
Ooh.
Threw it in a fucking casserole dish, cover the top of it with cheese, because it ain't going down easy if it's not cheesy. Throw that bitch in the oven. Well, fucking delicious.
Since we're talking about food, perhaps I should let you guys know that if you ever need an emergency pizza, Domino's has you covered. Domino's is giving away free emergency pizza. So I want to go ahead. What do you think an emergency pizza is?
I'm fucking so stoned. I'm gonna like wash the dishes and wash the laundry and fold the dishes, and I don't know how to work a stove.
This is actually a good thing. It seems like this is like an act of charity.
Giving away pizza is always a good thing.
Giving away a free medium 2-topping pizza whenever you need it. That's fucking cool. This is like an act of charity. I thought it was like some kind of promotion, like, you get an emergency pizza. Perhaps you burned dinner, the power went out, or maybe your in-laws just dropped in without notice. Whatever your emergency situation, Domino's believes a free pizza can make anything better. Why did we launch Domino's Emergency Pizza? With so much uncertainty in everyday life, we believe everyone needs a pizza pick-me-up at some point. The hardest part may just be deciding when to use your emergency pizza.
Oh, I'm gonna do this.
You gonna get you an emergency pizza tonight?
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't mind. No, not tonight, but I don't mind Domino's pizza. You know what's like the secret really good pizza? Maybe it's just me, but like that deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. The fucking, it's just like the bottom of that crust just absolutely toast to a crispy fucking perfection in that pan. It's good to me. I told you, sometimes I like trash food. It's okay. I'm
not Little Caesars, don't like Domino's, barely can eat Pizza Hut. I'm a food snob. But I
bet you would really love this one pizza place in Cottonwood that I've been growing up eating. It's called Eagle's Nest. And they do one of those like...
Is it like a brick oven?
It's not a brick oven, but their ovens are really, really hot. And they do their crust, like dust it in cornmeal so it gets really crispy.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
even like if you take it like home and like let it get cold or whatever and reheat it, but you should always reheat your pizza in a fucking skillet. The bottom
skillet. I use an oven
because you re-toast the bottom of the bread instead of just dehydrating it.
Oh, see, I don't like a crispy bread. I want floppy bread.
Oh, okay, yeah, I like crispy bread.
I'm not a crispy bread. That's why I that Little Caesars, just to begin with, doesn't sound appealing. But then the way you were describing it did sound appealing. No, I want a like a New York style that you like flop around. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. That's my thing.
The crispy breads. It's almost the way that the deep dish one is. It's almost like focaccia. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm too low end for me. I like. By the way, Domino's was the only place that delivered when I lived in Alabama to my apartment building.
Yeah.
So it is very nice living here where I can have any fucking pizza place delivered to me. Now, specifically, I get from a regional chain that's pretty, top notch.
Yeah.
But
do you have Round Table out there?
Do I have what?
Round Table pizza?
Mm-mm.
No, yeah, okay. I don't know how far their reach is, but that's a staple out here.
No, we have mellow mushroom around here, ma'am.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It is definitely like a bunch of hippies put it together. Like you go in the decor is definitely something from like a Haight-Ashbury kind of in the 70s kind of motif.
I like one of the best bonuses about moving to a new area is discovering all of our regional little food places and stuff. And there's this one place, it's not pizza, but there's this one place out here and it's called Farmer Boys and it's in Lodi and they have fried zucchini, and the fried zucchini is basically a full ass fucking zucchini just cut into 4 slices lengthwise and fried and given to you. And it's not soggy, it's not undercooked. I don't know what fucking sorcery they do to these things, but they just give this to you and casually encourage you to sit there and eat a whole fucking zucchini. I'm not even
good.
Kidding. It's so good.
You can do all kinds of shit with zucchini. Make a pasta out of it. Fucking you can use it. It could be a dessert or a savory dish.
I used to make a veggie lasagna that used real thin slices of zucchini instead of lasagna noodles.
Zucchini is excellent. All right. This one isn't exactly food, but we're definitely talking about fast food here.
This is the fastest food.
Can you see what I've got up already?
I see it. It's right there.
Oh, okay. Yes, this is the fastest food indeed.
Oh, did you know that you can grind up zucchini and chocolate cake and make like the moistest chocolate cake that you've ever had? Look it up, zucchini cake.
Oh, that's what I was saying. You could do it. You could make it into a dessert or a savory dish.
Yeah.
It is a great joke. Great joke. This is the fastest food.
It's the fastest food.
Quarter pound of meth discovered. Sorry. I got the giggles here.
It's hysterical.
Discovered in McDonald's quarter pounder box during a traffic stop. Oh shit! On the show the other we were talking about pizza, and this was on the Troll Patrol the other night. Fucking the most American pizza topping ever. Do you want to guess what it is?
Meth?
Good guess.
Oh, am I right?
I should be posting these in the Facebook group, Food in Places It's Not Supposed to Be.
Well, that's meth in places that food should be.
Pizza topped with a loaded gun.
Oh, that's hell of American.
I like my pizza American style.
They call that the fuck yeah pizza.
So if you
So good it'll make you put your hands up.
you get your quarter pound of meth from McDonald's, and then you ride on over to Pizza Hut, get your pizza topped with a gun.
Mm-hmm.
During a traffic stop in Putnam County, Tennessee, of course it was Tennessee, discovered approximately a quarter pound of methamphetamine hidden inside a quarter pounder hamburger box. So what do they call this quarter pounder with cheese in Europe?
That's a speedy with cheese. Speedy with no cheese. They call that. Never mind. I'm not saying. I'll get you kicked off YouTube.
I didn't go into fucking Burger King. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office said deputies conducted a traffic stop. This was back in August. The driver was 32-year-old Peggy Sue Cooper. Peggy Sue Cooper had a bunch of meth. Cooper gave deputies permission to search the truck, and during the search, deputies found the McDonald's box that did not contain a hamburger. So apparently 4 ounces of meth.
That's what she was given?
Apparently she was hauling it in a quarter pounder box. Now I had a drug dealer in the mid 2000s. He would always put my stuff. I'd buy pills. I was a pill head at the time. He'd put the pills in the pot, like down in a McDonald's cup, and it'd always be like in the back of his truck, like looking like it was trash. Right? There'd be some cups back there, and one of them would have your stuff in it.
Mm-hmm. So I have a story.
Tell us, regale us with your story.
I used to work with my ex-boyfriend, with my boyfriend at the time, at Casper's Hot Dogs, and I will not disclose the location. But he and I were into hallucinogens at the time, and we used to do mushrooms, sell mushrooms
Fantastic.
out of there. We used to in the little like chili to-go cups. People come in, get a hot dog, and ask for a special bag, and then they would get their hot dog and their mushrooms. But one time, we traded some mushrooms for a couple of hits of acid. But we didn't have anything to put it in, so we had our friend just put a couple of drips on a brownie, and then we just put the brownie in the freezer. When we cleaned up and locked up for the night, we left and forgot to grab the fucking brownie out of the freezer. So we had to go next door to our other friend's place of work, which was a cheesesteak shop. We said, I need, because when we closed up, we just threw the keys through the fucking mail slot at the front door. And so we went next door and got a mop handle and a bucket handle and fucking MacGyvered that shit together and went through the fucking door to grab the fucking keys so we could unlock the door and go get the acid brownie out of the freezer before somebody sold that shit to somebody the next day.
Yeah, because if you're not expecting to trip, that's not a good thing. No.
And the same said boyfriend fucking dosed one of our other friends. We were, it's like Harrison, Dave remembers this story. We went over to their house, which was basically across the street from ours. And it was like maybe, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And our friend was a waiter. And so he worked really fucking late. He gets up and, he was sleeping. And fucking my boyfriend went and like dropped a fucking hit ass on the time he was sleeping.
Don't do that. Don't dose somebody when they don't know. That's horrible.
5 minutes later, comes out of the room, boom, and sees Tyson sitting there. He's like, you do something? And he's like, oh yeah. And Tyson looked like a young version of Michael Keaton. He had like really pointy
Did you say really pointy eyes?
eyebrows, pointy
Oh.
eyebrows. Like Michael Keaton has like really pointy eyebrows. And he's like had this like pointy, like angular, fucking devilish look on his face. It was like, oh yeah. And he's like, fucking thank God.
Oh, we thought he was just naturally that way. Like, oh, thank God you did something to me.
And and then he was like, okay, now I can be okay about this. And it was, we all did a lot of drugs together, so it wasn't like he'd never done it before.
At least he rolled with it.
Yeah, he just, I mean, that's what when you've done it before, you start recognizing like, okay, my mouth tastes like a penny and everything's wiggly. Like I'm on fucking acid right now.
And I can't drink anything. It hurts to drink something.
Oh man, ice cold Miller long necks, MGD long necks.
I had to force myself to eat a ham sandwich one time when I was tripping on acid because I could feel that I was hungry, but it was like you just do not, like, food don't taste good. Kind of feels like knives going down your throat.
Food doesn't taste like anything. Drinks don't taste like, it's like having COVID, but you're on drugs.
But it's so much fun.
It's so much fun. It's my favorite. I haven't done it for a couple of years. Unfortunately, the friend that I had that just passed away was my hook, so now I have to find somebody else.
Oh yes, I need to do some. It has been since I was in college. I need to drop some acid, do some mushrooms.
So much fun.
Last
I
time
want to candy flipping is fun.
Last time I did mushrooms, I was getting them from this dude who grew like gourmet mushrooms for restaurants. They were better than any acid I've ever had.
I gotta show you. I took a picture of these mushrooms that I got. My cousin was having a rough time. She had she was with this dude. She was with him for like a year, and then he passed away in a fucking quad accident, and it fucking absolutely fucking destroyed her. And she's been like a real goody two shoes her whole life, and she like kind of had a snapping like come to fucking Cthulhu moment where she's like, I'm gonna fucking experience some shit because fuck this. And so she asked me, can you get me some mushrooms because I want to do them for the first time? And I'm like, oh girl, I'll go on this fucking ride with you. So I got these mushrooms, and they look like little teeny little Smurf houses. They were the cutest fucking things that I have ever fucking
little
seen.
Smurf. Every time I've gotten them, they've had like long ass fucking.
I know. And that's what made them so fucking special because they were just little cute, you perfect little fucking things. They were fucking cute. I'm gonna fucking eat you.
No, every time I've gotten them, they've been like, they've had some big caps on, but then like long ass fucking stems.
Yeah, and the next day, your face hurts and you feel like you've done about 862 crunches for laughing for 10 hours. That's the best.
Swiss cheese brain. I don't like the Swiss cheese brain.
That's what you get from doing fucking too much E.
Yeah, that's true. Anytime you deplete your like serotonin, the E, the Molly, all that good shit.
Yeah, I've only done I'm trying not to do that. I mean, I like to do them once a year if I can. I haven't gotten like ecstasy, like pill form in a long time, but I got some straight MDMA. And that was...
I haven't seen ecstasy tablets in fucking 20 years.
And I'd be kind of afraid to take them now because of all of the...
It's always been Molly when I've found it. It's been like little points.
Yeah, granules. I mean, I got so many... How many drug stories do you want tonight? You want another one? Like I have, it's too much.
Go tit for tat.
So again, the same crew that I used to at the Cafe Hot Dogs and Cheesesteak Shop next door. We had this other friend who was a friend, but he was fucking shady. And like 2 or 3 nights in a row, the manager had left the safe open. And so, like, the 3rd fucking night that he did it, homie fucking took money out of the safe and then came back at like 2 o'clock in the morning and threw a brick through the window. So he got like maybe, I don't know, $2,500 or something like that. And he asked us if we would try and find him. Because what are you gonna do with stolen money? You're gonna buy fucking a mass amount of drugs with it,
Oh
right?
yeah.
So yeah, money laundering. So
I don't think that's actually money laundering, but okay.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't be money, but I mean that's how we thought of it at the time. But he was just so we bought like 200 pills from somebody, and we had split them with another person, and we sent somebody to go pick them up, and it was nighttime, and he went on a bicycle, and then he went and picked up the pills, and he put them in a sweater, and when he was on his way home, he got pulled over by the cops on his bicycle because he didn't have a light on it. And so the cop like
Oh, or
fucking
you like
had
out on
him
the main
down.
road or something, right? You gotta have a light.
He was on the sidewalk. I don't know. So we patted him down and went right over the fucking bag with like 200 pills in it. The cop did, and didn't find it. And
That's
so he
wild
managed,
that he patted him down.
because this is Fremont and the cops are like militant. I could digress into another story, but I'm not going to. The cops in Fremont are assholes.
Just a guy
So-
on a bike. That's like he's not black, was he?
No. So we got home. He got home back to the house, and we divided up pills. And both of the people that we got him for said that we could take like 10 of them out of the 100 for finder's fees or whatever. And there just happened to be like 20 of these euros in there, and the rest of these were like 180 of them were these dolphins or whatever.
Yeah. Blue dolphins or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
So everybody gets their shit, and then we start getting phone calls that these taste like Altoids and hardening agent. 180 fake pills.
Wow.
The only ones that were real were the ones that we took, the euros.
So they had put some real ones in there to throw everybody off, and then the rest were
Mhm.
fake.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was insane. And then one of the guys was like a Marine, and he it wasn't us that did the deal, it was another guy.
Yeah.
And so he was the one that was catching all the flack for it. We just hooked everybody up, and we managed to get like a couple free pills out of it because of course like immediately we took them. So it wasn't anything that we could give back. We're like, sorry, gone. And so these two other guys, like the one guy who stole the money was like, fuck it, that's karma, and then kept the rest of whatever he had gotten. And then the other guy though was fucking pissed. And yeah, he was a real fucking big wannabe baddie ex-Marine, and he was real threatening.
First time I ever did ecstasy, it was Blue Dolphins. And I was in my dorm room. This was my first time in college when I was 18. And I just I had like one of those party lights that spun around. I had a lava lamp. And I just sat in there and listened to Pure Moods. Hi,
Nice.
hi,
And yeah.
and the Tubular Bells. Tubular Bells is amazing.
Ooh. That'll do it. I like some real songs that fucking hit like real, like we were talking about Pink Floyd earlier, like what's that? Learning to Fly? I just like a lesser known.
Foo Fighters?
No. Pink Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Learning to Fly. I can't remember what album that's off of, but that's like that. Just there's something in that song that just kind of hits your ears like static and aluminum. I can't fucking describe it any other way. It's like it almost sounds metallic.
Okay, so do you ASMR, right? Like I don't like people describe this feeling of like these noises that make them like tingle, and I don't get that. Do you like, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not like I've never thought about it that way. I'm not like into ASMR stuff like that, like the clicky and blah, blah, licking the ears and all that kind of thing. That's not like a thing for me. Maybe the soap crunching is kind of like satisfying, but it's only because you just squeeze it and it fucking crushes into a powder. That's different. That's like cute aggression. But but I don't know. There's certain things that like I take in, and my interpretations of them is not even close to whatever the thing is. So when it comes to sounds and music and things like that, I often associate those with flavors or materials or textures. Like other things, like weed, for example, like people will, like in clubs especially, will like give you a sample of something and say, oh, this smells like pine, or this is very citrusy, or this and that, the other thing. And I'll fucking smell something and I'll be like, this smells like a tuna salad sandwich.
I love tuna salad sandwich.
And then I'll fuck it up for them because then they'll get it. And they're like, I'm forever now. Thanks. Or this smells like chicken noodle soup or something. Like I always get those, like, or this just smells like straight dirt. I don't know. I just get those different sensations from things. I describe things differently, maybe.
I mean, I know what you look at. People, like, your brain associates different, you know, when you have a certain smell, it associates, you know, whatever you're doing with it. And there's like a word for that. And I have no clue what the fuck it's called.
I don't know.
Curiouser brought over some autism. Curiouser brought over some weed the other day and said it tasted like gasoline.
Petroleum-y. Yeah, petroleum ones. That's a category in terpenes.
I think it was sour diesel or whatever was like the.
That makes sense, yeah.
But
and really, that's just that's the hash content in the plant that does that. Whenever the trichomes, whenever the sugars through the photosynthesis process converts whatever food materials into the trichome byproduct. That's how the plant just like infuses those particular like those resins with terpenes.
Science. Don't know how it works.
Somebody in chat understands what I'm saying.
I did not. Went straight over my head. Oh shit. I got a couple more things here on the, since we're talking about science. This isn't the best segue, but since we're talking about science, we can do this one. Hold on one second. Once again, I'm gonna have to replace the clip here. Go for more. I can't believe I set all of them up to each be different. I'll fucking hold on.
That's a DeLorean.
Yeah,
You can buy it. Yeah, that's the factory. Is it in Ireland?
I don't know. I don't know the story yet. I was waiting for you guys.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
That's
Sorry.
the sound of an original 1981 DeLorean with only 977 miles on it, being pried open for the first time in nearly 2 decades. The stainless steel machine gaining new ownership after sitting in a Waukesha County barn, untouched and undriven.
Waukesha County, that's Wisconsin, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Is this the exact one from Back to the Future?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was an 81
I mean, it's not
DeLorean?
that exact one, but it's the same model.
The stainless steel machine gaining new ownership after sitting in a Waukesha County barn, untouched and undriven.
He said he would go out in the barn and just look at it because he thought it was a really cool car.
Michael McElhatton is the owner of DeLorean Midwest, a restoration company. He says he got wind of the hidden treasure by a phone call all the way from New Mexico.
It happened pretty quick because once I found out the car was close and it was a low mileage car, I was excited to go take a look.
The nephew of the car's original owner told
No, as I understand it, they were shitty cars, right?
Oh yeah, they were awful cars. But I mean, there's a lot of awful cars.
But because like even Doc in the movie like complains about how shitty the car is, right?
Oh, I wish I remember that.
Because it won't start on him at one point in time, and when the terrorists are the Lebanese, he sold him a bomb that was all pinball machine parts.
But it's something about like if you're gonna do something with style, then why not use a DeLorean or something, or badly with style or something like that. It had to do, yeah.
But I want to say it like it fucks up on him a lot, and he like kicks it, and when Marty goes back in the 50s, he has a hard time starting it.
Well, it's less to do with the car and more to do with Doc Brown.
Yeah, it wouldn't be iconic if it wasn't in that movie, right?
Oh no, not at
Probably would have went the way of the Pinto.
all. Oh, my grandpa had a Pinto.
Did you ever get to
Was
ride
Ru-
in it?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That was yeah.
What was it like?
My grand. I mean, it was just a normal like two-seater. It was a coupe, so it was a two-door. It was root beer brown with tan interior. Fuck, I remember this. It was. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Those
That-
were the ones that like would blow up if they got hit in the rear end, right?
I mean, it depends. Just some were built different than others. Today, that would be fixed with a factory recall, right? But that's just not how things worked back then. My grandma had a 1972 Cutlass, Oldsmobile Cutlass, when I was a kid too.
That was a tank, wasn't it?
Oh, we called it the Brown Bomber. It was like fucking. It was root beer brown with a white top. Oh, that was gorgeous.
No, those colors in the 70s, they were like poop. It's
Love
poop.
'em.
You saying root beer brown. I call it poop brown.
It was like milk chocolate. It was like melted milk chocolate.
McElhatton, they were looking to sell the piece of history. So McElhatton, along with his social media coordinator, Kevin Thompson, made the trip to the barn to see their dream car. But when they got there, they found more than they bargained for.
We opened it up. The first thing I saw was a mouse go running across the center console.
Despite the mice invasion, McElhatton says
Gift with
this
purchase.
car has withstood the test of time.
It's a cute
The
mouse.
condition of the leather,
It is.
the condition of the instrument cluster and the dash, and a lot of places where you see sun damage, and that's one of the big killers on this. This car has virtually no sun damage.
This is a barn.
Now, McElhatton is hopeful he can restore the car back to its glory days.
To take a car from this condition to what I know we can do with it is just, you know, that's an
Awesome.
adventure anybody wants to be on.
Well, it sucks we're not gonna get like this. Just happened the other day, so I guess we're not gonna get to see the after.
Well, the fun thing about DeLoreans also is that after the company went defunct, and I think it was in Ireland where the company was. It's one way or the other. I think this is right. So the company went defunct and everything sat for just years and years and years. Then somebody like purchased everything. Every fucking factory part, basically the entire stockpile of DeLorean parts. And I think they moved it to Australia. So now you can actually order a factory brand fucking new DeLorean, just one-off built from fucking stock parts from Australia and have it shipped to you. And I think it's like $100 and something thousand, like $125,000 or whatever.
I can't believe it's that cheap.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, God, the shipping on that would probably be 20 grand.
If you're, yeah, but I mean, they're beautiful cars. If you look up a mirror polished one, a mirror polished DeLorean, it is like a fucking shining ass diamond. They are so beautiful.
We shall do it.
Look at that. Look at fucking that right there. Ugh.
Media Wench is gonna squirt over here.
I love cars. That's why I have a muscle car. I've always wanted I want a classic car, and but this is the closest that I've gotten. I have a 2018 Dodge Challenger, and it's fucking. I love my car. But I would love to have something classic.
Well, what would be your dream car?
1968 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442.
Really?
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not that is a gigantic fucking car, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, 14 feet of hood.
That's what I thought. God damn, they don't even make Oldsmobile anymore, do they?
Nope.
That was see, I'm way behind on cars. We were covering the UAW, right? And I'm like, what the fuck is Stellantis? Well, I've never heard of this before, but apparently that's what Chrysler is now.
The Stellantis?
Yeah, yeah.
I've never heard of that.
It's GM, Ford, and Stellantis. It's like instead of Chrysler, it's Stellantis now, and that tripped me the fuck out. And then like so many brands have disappeared because like GM had Buick and Oldsmobile and Pontiac and Geo, and they had like fucking 9 or
Eagle,
10
remember
different
Eagles?
Yes, Eagle, and like none of those even exist anymore.
No, I loved Eagles. Eagles, yeah, Chrysler or Jeep Eagles. Oh,
And you don't even see
Jeep
any
trucks?
Geos on the road any. Like those must have been
no,
shitty
but
cars.
our family up on the property up north, they have like 3 of them.
They have
Geo
3
Metros.
Geos? No
Geo
fucking
Metros,
way.
yeah.
Those were always the economy car, like back in like the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, Saturns were rad. Those little Saturn skies, those were adorable.
Yeah, those aren't even a thing anymore. It's so wild the way cars have changed and shit.
Yeah, I'm a fan of some new ones though. I used to not be a fan of like Mercedes or BMWs or things like that, but over the years I think my opinion has changed a little bit, especially in like car design. And I think that also was mostly due to me growing up with old people and them always having kind of classic cars. And then also being a child of the 80s and 90s when cars just fucking sucked. But now, like, well, except for the like 1995 through 97 Mercedes SL 600s, because those are V10s and they're stupid. They're just fucking stupid cars. They're so beautiful and so great. And then of course, like for like a little stoner luxury, you got the Mercedes S420s. It's always been one of my favorites. Yeah.
I drove the same Toyota Tacoma for 18 years. It was beat all to fucking hell. Then I had a little Chevy Malibu, and that was only a lease, and I turned it back in. I don't even have a car anymore.
Yeah, I had a Jeep Patriot for almost 10 years. And yeah, that car was beat to shit.
Oh, Vina, are you doing the zoom?
Zoom, 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 zoom.
That fucking commercial was so annoying.
Yep.
You people.
I mean, you people.
You people. That's what I mean. I know what you need. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. The segues aren't as good because I have to replace the clips and everything each time. I'm so sorry. I fucked up completely. Oh, yeah. Media Wench needs a titty slap. I keep playing this over and over again on the Troll Patrol.
The top of her head looks like Anna Nicole Smith.
God, that's what she's going for, like this like classic actress look.
Yeah. Well, it's working.
So yeah, this is her new move she debuted the other night.
Needs to be a little bit more dummy thick though if you're gonna go for that like Marilyn Monroe, Jane Mansfield, Anna Nicole Smith thing.
Come on now.
Give me those titties, huh?
Ooh, slappy.
A titty slap. What the? Yeah, you heard that right. What the hell? Come on now.
Slap that bitch so she gets some breast cancer.
Give me those titties, huh?
Loaded event, special night, as we said.
This match was really sexual.
Tuesday, don't miss it. And now
You gotta give them what they want.
she's soaking in her audience. She was ready for a close-up. And she got it. And
See, she's like
attack. Tony Storm.
boom.
Storm Zero. The pile driver. 2 and 3.
Hey, I don't think we ever got an answer. Hulk Hogan with a pussy, Megan Fox with a dick.
Why not both?
Well, because one looks like Hulk Hogan, and I hate Hulk Hogan.
But you know what? When I was a kid, Hulk Hogan was my hero.
No fucking way.
I used to collect wrestling cards. I had like WWF wrestling cards. They were like baseball cards. And I had Hulk Hogan, I had Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Rick. I had them all. Andre the Giant, fucking Ravishing Rick Rude, Jake the Snake, fucking the Bushwhackers.
Are you aware that Hulk Hogan is a prolific liar.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's an actor.
No. He has, like, dead serious in interviews, just said the most absurd fucking things. Like, he said that he once wrestled 400 days in a year. 400 days! Because he said he went to Japan so many times that he went, added days to his fucking wrestling schedule.
I mean, you can only take one so many hits to the head.
He says that Hulk Hogan has a 10-inch penis, but Terry Bollea does not.
Did you ever watch No Holds Barred?
Of course I've watched No Holds Barred.
I love that movie.
It's a horror. Dookie!
It's got Debo in it.
Dookie!
Movie is so... We should watch that on stream sometime.
I wonder if I could get away with that.
I mean, we can't on Odyssey and D Live. We could just do like a, whatever. Just post clips of it on TikTok. You're like, want more content like this and show up more often, fuckers.
I need to get my restream turned back on, so we are back on D Live. I've actually got like a handful of fans over on D Live. They're probably missing me right now.
Yeah, that movie is amazingly bad. Yeah, there's some fucking movies, man, that are just like, they are a problematic classic.
Well, what's your favorite bad movie?
Probably Phantom of the Paradise.
I've never even heard of it. Give me a synopsis.
It is Faust and Phantom of the Opera mashed into a 1970s rock opera.
Interesting.
With Paul Williams in it, and he also did the score.
That's what I was thinking. Paul Williams is a musician.
Yes, he is.
I can't even...
Music is amazing. The storyline, as cheesy as it is, it's a beautiful movie. It is a beautiful, wonderful, fucking underrated movie, and the soundtrack is just something that I am fucking addicted to. And I also love Phantom of the Opera. Phantom of the Opera is one of my I almost immediately start crying. Masquerade. Oh god, I love musicals.
Yeah, I got asked what my favorite musical was the other day, and I'm like, Book of Mormon.
Oh, Book of Mormon's so good. I haven't ever seen it, but I love the soundtrack to it.
You've never seen it?
No, I haven't. I missed it the last time it came through too. I will get tickets for it one of these days, and I want to see it.
But you know the song then. You know the main song.
Hello?
Fuck you, God in the ass?
Yes. Yes.
That's what I love, the fact that I think it no longer holds the record, but at the time it won a record number of Tonys.
Mm-hmm. It almost got a fucking Oscar, didn't it, for the soundtrack? For the score? Or a Tony?
Are you thinking about the South Park movie? It won an Oscar.
Oh, am I thinking? Did I mix it up? I don't know. Yeah.
I think it won an Oscar for its soundtrack.
Yeah.
Because Matt and Trey are so fucking... Because it's the Satan song, the I Want to Be Up There. Like, that's a gorgeous fucking song.
What's even funnier... my cousin has a son, and his name is Kyle.
And Kyle's mom is a bitch.
Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. She called me like fucking drunk the other night and was like, I need you to sing the song like Cartman for me. I'm gonna put you on speakerphone, because she had friends there. And she's like, so I had to do it. Sing it like Cartman
voice.
I don't know if I can do this. Well, Kyle's mom's a bitch, is a big fat bitch, is a big bitch, and I will just bitch. There was a bitch, she's a bitch, bitch, she's a stupid bitch. Kyle's mom's a bitch, and she's in a dirty ditch.
You did a really good job, and with just a little bit of like post work on that, it would sound exactly like Cartman. I love that on the stream I'm always like, South Park's my favorite show, and then when we mention Seinfeld, I'm like, Seinfeld's my favorite show. And then Sunny comes up, I'm like, Sunny's my favorite show. It's like, I have a hard time picking.
Yeah. I mean, probably, like, South Park is a great show. I need to catch up on. Probably haven't watched the last 10 seasons. I would definitely, like, start from the beginning and watch it all. I would binge South Park for sure. There's been other shows though that I have needed to binge, and like I had never binged Seinfeld, so I watched all of that. I binged fucking Friends and watched all of that. There's like a couple of other shows that I had to fucking go through and fucking binge. Like Weeds, I had never seen. I wanted to fucking watch that.
Weeds is another show that started so good and ended fucking horribly.
I'll plow through it. It's fine. Like Walking Dead did that to me. Fear the Walking Dead is in the process of dying out like that. I love the Walking Dead universe. I think I'm really attached to some of those characters. Some of them, like Daryl Dixon, is just like, oh, my heart and soul.
I watched a little bit with Sparkles, and I wasn't really impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a niche. It's one of those things, you know. I watched, go the other direction. I also I love Star Trek Discovery, and some people just fucking shit all over that show, and I think that it's fucking amazing.
I haven't seen any Discovery. I watch a lot of what's the Patrick Stewart one? New Generation?
Picard?
Yeah.
Oh, Next Generation.
Yeah, well, I don't know the current stuff. I was talking about when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, so I've never really been into Star Trek until like a couple of years ago. And the only reason I got into it was because Jerry Monster was just casually just like, oh, I'm going to watch Voyager. And Voyager is the one that has Captain Janeway in it, the female captain. And so and then I would just sit there and I would watch it with him. And I kind of really got into it. I'm like, you know, this show is really fucking good. Not to mention that the Federation starts off in San Francisco. And how can you not speak directly to me that yeah, anything San Francisco is just like, okay, you're speaking my fucking language. So, I watched that, and then we watched Deep Space Nine, and then we watched Enterprise, and then we went through all these other ones. I still haven't watched Next Generation, and I've never watched the original version.
Those are probably the best.
No, the first one with William Shatner and stuff is just too fucking campy for me. But I went further.
No, I love the movies. Wrath of Khan is like a fantastic movie.
I haven't watched the movies either. I watched the first new generation of movies that had Simon Pegg in it.
Oh.
Because I fucking love Simon Pegg.
I think I watched the reboot they did in 2006. But that's not the one you're talking about. You're talking about a newer reboot, right?
I guess. I don't know the whole timeline of all these things.
They've rebooted them multiple times. Well,
have they?
There's movies. There's a couple movies that are Patrick Stewart, that time period in the new generation. There's a couple of the movies, and then they rebooted it in the mid 2000s. I think they rebooted it again.
Yeah, but the Discovery is just beautifully done, and then what's the other one? Strange New Worlds. That's based around Pike. That one's really fucking good too.
Not even heard of that one.
Oh yeah, that one's. And they're just starting. I think Discovery's 4 seasons in, but it's a real quick watch. You watch that. It's yeah. Oh, it sucks you right in. Right from the first episode. Oh, it's.
God, I wish I had time to actually watch things. I say that, but I spend 50, 60 hours in a video game. That's probably why I don't have time to watch things.
I play Magic Arena, so I feel the same way.
That's another about you brought up Walking Dead. I don't really like zombie shit, and I think there's too many zombie video games, and I say that, and I'm playing a zombie video game right now.
When you get into The Walking Dead, I watched a part of the first season when it very first came out, and it didn't grab me back then. And it was, maybe it's because I was into a bunch of other shit and stuff. And whenever I picked it up again and I started it from the beginning, it kind of hit on a different level, right? And the zombies just become peripheral to the rest of the story and the character development. And it takes, but it's just like Seinfeld. It takes a couple of seasons to get its fucking steam when you get steam rolling, and then you got to grind through those first couple of seasons of character development before it really starts cooking.
Now I've got to ask. Well, so did Ben Shapiro bitch about Walking Dead not being about Walking Dead then? Because, like, he had a whole thing about how there was no zombies in that one episode of Last of Us, which was wild to me because he's like, it's a zombie show, it's a zombie show. And I'm like, it's called The Last of Us. It's about the story of people. Like, but Walking Dead is literally called The Walking Dead. It's in the title.
Yeah. There's another show on Netflix called Black Summer. And even if you're not into zombie genre stuff, that is a show that is fucking banging. And again, it just grips you from the jump.
I shall.
And one of the
in
interesting
mind.
things about it, which won't give like too many things away, is that sometimes you get a POV from the zombies
Well, that's kind of cool.
when the characters like turn.
I think a few of the Night of the Living Dead movies did that, didn't they?
I don't know.
Or
didn't
Dawn
really
of the
watch
Dead
those.
or something like that. Oh,
I love
shit.
Dawn of the Dead.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like, have you not seen the original Night of the Living Dead?
No, I've seen it. I've seen the very first one.
So I was about to say, we
but I
can watch
didn't-
that one on stream because it's public domain.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, nobody owns the rights to it. It's one of those
That's
that, like, there's no copyright to it. Yeah, the
Right.
fantastic fuck. What's the whole political aspect to it and everything. They did PBS did a documentary a few years back, and fantastic. Goes into all the allegory for the civil rights movement and everything, and then how the black guys like the last one alive. That's fucking cool.
Because that never happened.
Yeah. All right, since we got back on spooky stuff, let's do a couple of spooky stories and get the fuck out of here. Well, okay, I don't know if you can call this one spooky, but it's in the vein, I guess. Euthanasia coaster, a roller coaster designed to kill you. What do you think about this roller coaster?
I know that there's been designs that I've seen for a euthanasia coaster. I guess the idea is that it ends up going, it's like a Mach so high that you black out, and then the oxygen is you get oxygen deprivation in your brain, and you just go out.
Oh, I thought it was gonna like decapitate you at the end.
No, you can't do that.
In 2010, while the world was still debating the ethics of euthanasia, one designer had already moved on to the second question of how to turn it into the final ride at the theme park. I feel like this is the setup to a movie. Then, a PhD student at Royal College of Art, former amusement park employee, Julianus Urbanus, I'm sorry for fucking your name up, designed what he called a euthanasia coaster. The idea was as simple as it was bizarre. Create a roller coaster that would humanely, with elegance and euphoria, take the life of a human being. Okay, so that's the complete opposite of what I was thinking about. I was thinking that you just had a good ride and then off with your head at the end.
Yeah, it's like what was that thing called? Did you ever see there's a movie called Nothing But Trouble? And
Oh
it's
yeah,
got,
yeah, with Dan
it's like-
Aykroyd and Chevy
yeah,
Chase.
the roller coaster, Bone Stripper. That's the one.
You got the band with the Digital Underground, right? With the fucking big nose. Yes.
Bone Stripper.
I don't know. I still don't know if that movie is bad or good.
Yes. Dan Aykroyd is amazing in that movie. John Candy's in that movie.
Yeah,
Chevy Chase,
it's quite the cast.
Demi Moore.
However, is it good? I will watch it and I will laugh my ass off. But
There's some
is
things that are
it
so bad they're
good?
It's okay to like bad things, as long as they're not toxic things.
But riding the coaster's track, the rider is subjected to a series of intensive motion elements that induce various unique experiences from euphoria to thrill, and from tunnel vision to loss of consciousness and eventually death. I wish there was a demonstration here, The basic
Because it's
idea.
not. I mean, like, yeah, some sort of like PowerPoint or CGI fucking video or something would be great.
The basic idea was to end the life of the rider through a series of loops, pushing blood away from where it's needed with sheer G-force. The rider is given a chance to back out as they wait at the top of the coaster, but once the ride is underway, it ends with demise.
No turning back.
I feel like I would rather go out on drugs. I feel like I like to get really fucking high.
The morphine, the better.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that I've thought about this. Like, what's the easiest way to die? That's the way I want to go out.
Right.
Okay, here's another one for you. And we've talked a lot about wrestling here tonight because I love wrestling.
A titty slap!
Titty slap.
Give me them titties, huh? A professional wrestler who goes by the name Creepy Clown was arrested for battering a 34-year-old autistic. Goddamn. Fuck you, Creepy Clown.
Fuck you, creepy clown.
Court documents reveal that Michael R. Kine, 42 of Muncie, Muncie, Indiana, was arrested on Tuesday and booked into the Delaware County Jail on a preliminary charge of battering of an endangered adult. So that's what Creepy Clown looks like.
Rude.
I kind of want to see him in his wrestling attire. Creepy, not Creepy Clown, Creepy the Clown.
Don't get it twisted.
Let's see if we can get some images here. No, that's... Oh, there we go. Damn. I guess it's to take on like a Pennywise type of clown, right?
Yeah.
As the wrestler allegedly struck the autistic man, he allegedly yelled, "You want to call someone a bitch? Call me a bitch." After the alleged elbow to the head, the autistic man allegedly responded by punching Klein in the face with a can of Coca-Cola.
Nice. Too bad it wasn't a twisted tea.
Indeed, several witnesses were allegedly only able to identify the first man who got physical as Creepy the Clown. Apparently, he had yet to change into his civilian dress when the fight broke out. Another witness reportedly went on to tell investigators that the man dressed as a clown was standing over the injured autistic man and screaming at him, "Don't call my son a fucking..." Rat?
Oh, R word. R word.
Oh. Huh. Well, yeah, don't call his son an R word. That's horrible.
This just took a interesting turn.
I don't know. Are we on Creepy the Clown side or not? I don't know.
We might be at this point because, I mean, regardless of whether or not you have a condition, you can't, that doesn't give you an excuse to fucking say something like that to somebody else in front of their parent of all fucking people without expecting some consequences.
You know what I think Creepy the Clown needs?
A titty slap.
Yeah, you heard that right. What the hell? Come on now.
Not a tumor.
I'm sorry. I'm going to run that one into the ground. And yes, I have already thought about how I'm going to make a visual for having it for a drop on the stream.
Yeah, it needs to be like right wingers or morons. You have the titty slap.
A titty slap. Give me them titties.
Can you like just
huh?
instead of using like the clip, can you just like single her out with the slap so you can just like titty slap anybody?
I would love to do that, but that'd be a lot of work. Because you have to go frame by frame. Like, After Effects will do a rough outline, but to make it look good, you gotta go and clean it up frame by frame. It sucks. All right. Usually end the show with a animal video, right?
We ending the show already?
Yeah. I figured people might want to go over and check out Echoplex.
Oh, okay.
This producer Dave be on. Usually I would rate into Echoplex at this time, but Oh, that's right. Is this your first time ever on Kick?
I guess.
Did I pop your Kick cherry?
I suppose you did. I mean, I think I don't think we're on Kick when Echoplex was multi-streaming. I think it was just
Odyssey and
Rumble,
Twitch and
YouTube and Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kick is a relatively new player in the game, I guess. It's basically a Twitch ripoff.
Nice.
But hey,
well, if you guys have never seen me before, hi, I'm the Meaty Wench from Echoplex. You can follow me at the Meaty Wench on TikTok or Twitch or Echoplex Media on Twitch.
hell yeah. Which I'm pretty sure it's all the usual suspects over here.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've ditched their Twitch and come over here with me, and then they go back to Echoplex. By the way, if you see me on Twitch, no, you fucking didn't.
I wish there was somebody that I could like fucking email at Twitch to be like, look, this is what happened. And
I've tried. I've got a friend. She does like media buying for like professional game, like big time gamers, right? And she knows people with Twitch, and I'm like, hey, can you get me in touch with a human? And she got back with me, and she's like, apparently you've got a rap sheet a mile long. And I'm like, but I didn't do anything.
Right, but no, it's bullshit. Like us losing our fucking YouTube, it was also bullshit.
I've probably been mass reported multiple times, especially like I was having a fight with other leftists on Twitch when that went on. So I don't, and there was weird things going on. Like I kept getting like 50 or 60 bots would join my stream every night in the couple of weeks leading up to it. So
that was certainly a brigade.
Yeah, but they never did anything. They never commented. They never did nothing. It was, and it had to be bots because it never counted as a view.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just weird things going on. But hey, we're on Kick, and we're kicking it on Kick.
Kicking on Kick. You gotta get your fourth wall shop going because that's where we're really fucking killing it right now.
It's not integrated in Kick the way it is on Twitch.
I know, but I mean, you could still utilize it and put some merch on it, and it has a much better like breakaway than a lot of the other services do.
Well,
plus it has a subscription service built in.
Well, fucking Dave tried to sell me on it, and like, cool. I had just switched over to Teespring or wherever the fuck I'm at now, and I was like, I don't want to do all that shit again.
Yeah,
too much work.
We've gone through like 3 or 4 until we landed on this one, and this one's the one.
Well, when I switch eventually, that'll be where I go to. But like, just too much work right now. All right, let me pull up the other clip.
A titty slap.
What the? What? Yeah, you heard that right. What the hell? Come on now.
No. I owe you an animal video. That's what we're doing. All right, let's hear about.
I sent you a super cute animal video
People
the
on
other
Whidbey
day.
Island are being warned to stay away from one of the area's most popular residents. That's because he has been in a bad mood recently and has caused a lot of damage. Yet, as Como's Lee Stoll tells you, he is being allowed to stay.
Oh, is it?
This picture of a majestic elk soaking in the sun looks like it's plucked from a fairy tale, but Bruiser is very real.
He's the only elk on Whidbey Island.
The wayward elk has been living on Whidbey Island for more than 10
What a
years.
wreck.
He's probably
Wildlife
lonely
officials
then.
believe he swam over from Skagit County with his herd and never went back. We checked in on him just before the pandemic when he was seen tangled in a tarp. He was tranquilized in 2017 to free him from a buoy and 30 feet of mooring line.
We've seen him be detrimental to yard art,
Poor baby.
tarps, trees, shrubs, bicycles, a little
He
bit
can't
of
help it.
everything. And unfortunately,
Yeah, look
most
at this,
recently,
see the
somebody
fucking coat
didn't
rack
heed
hanging
his
off
warning,
the
and he did do some
motherfucker.
damage
Get
to
caught
an
on
automobile.
shit.
Wildlife Officer Ralph Downs says Bruiser is in his annual rut. He's anxious to shed his antlers, and he's alone.
This time of year, he tends to get a little
Love to get
frustrated
my
because
hands on that
he doesn't
shit.
have anyone to wrestle with, and he can't find anyone to have as a companion.
But Downs says there are no plans to break Bruiser's routine. He's about 15 years old. Most elk only live to be 10 or 13 in the wild and up to 20 years in captivity.
Now that he's getting up there in age, it would be far less appropriate or conducive to even think about relocating him.
Downs believes Bruiser is past the peak of his sour season. He warns people enjoy the sight, but give their 1,000-pound neighbor some space. I'm
1,000-pound
Como
fucking deer.
News.
Well, why didn't they take him back after he swam over?
Because he just there. Like you said, at a certain point, it's just like it'll be more detrimental to the animal than the tarp or buoy he's gonna get fucking tangled in.
So they just figured that he would eventually swim back and be with his herd, and he just never did?
He liked it there.
Maybe it's a nice island.
It probably is.
All right, Media Wench, one more time. Tell everybody who you are, where they can find you, and where they might want to go right after this stream.
Well, I am the Media Wench. Thank you for having me on the first episode back for the Friday Night Freak Show on this October 13th, Friday the 13th. Please go follow me on TikTok at the Media Wench, and I'm on Twitter, which I refuse to call X, at Ouija Queen.
Dead naming it.
Instagram at Ouija Queen, and Media Wench on fucking Echoplex, which is at Echoplex Media on all of the things, especially on Twitch, which is streaming right now. Conspiracy Bingo.
Did I have anything special I used to do at the end of the show? I don't remember. I just did
light one up. Light one up.
I just did that.
Back,
okay.
and it's okay to what before you hit the sack.
Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm JustinFREAKIN. She's the Media Wench. I will see you Sunday night on the Troll Patrol.